Chapter 4, Humble Without a Trace of Dignity. Not good, I can't wear so many clothes, why don't I just choose two? Su Lei said with some excitement and hesitation. How can this be? Since it's said to be a package, then it must be fully covered. Chen Yuan has now taken the lead. His resolute tone unexpectedly moved Su Lei inexplicably. He felt that this guy with a chicken coop head also had a domineering CEO temperament, gradually overlapping with her image of the Prince Charming in her mind. Su Lei, favorability, +5. Su Lei, favorability, +5. Su Lei, favorability, +5. But, with so many clothes, I can't even fit them in the house I rented outside the school. It's okay if you can't let it go, why don't I buy you a house? As soon as these words were spoken, Su Lei was completely stunned. Can buying a house be said casually? Although the housing prices in Seoul are not as good as those in the capital city of Yanjing, they are definitely not low. The housing prices in the city center are generally above 30,000 yuan per square meter, and some housing prices in school districts and commercial streets have even soared to over 50,000 yuan. Even in remote areas, it costs 20,000 yuan per square meter. A house of over 100 square meters, 2 to 3 million is considered normal, and 5 to 6 million is not unreasonable. Su Lei does indeed worship money, and she never hides her worship of money. But Chen Yuan's actions really scared her. Su Lei, favorability rating -5. The favorability rating, which had already risen to 63 points, has actually decreased by 5 points. Chen Yuan suddenly realized that buying a house should have scared Su Lei. Sometimes being too good to someone inexplicably, especially when that person is not yet very familiar, can really have a counterproductive effect. It seems that when it comes to spending money, we shouldn't be too impatient, we should still follow the gradual process. Okay, no need, you've already bought me enough things today. Actually, I didn't mean to spend that much money on you, I just wanted to treat you well and see you embarrass yourself. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a bit down today. When I was at the school supermarket, I didn't intentionally squeeze you out. I understand, everyone has moments when they're in a bad mood. But I'm very happy now. Also, I just need to choose a few clothes, I really don't have to buy so many. Okay. Chen Yuan nodded. Waiter, do you have a membership card here? Yes, sir. Okay, get me a membership card. I need to recharge 300,000 yuan. In the future, when this young lady comes to your store, just recommend her the latest models directly. Okay, sir. The female shop assistant originally thought that this big business was gone, but little did she know that there would be a bright future ahead. Several female shop assistants looked at Chen Yuan with a strange expression in their eyes. This guy looks really handsome when he swipes his card. Although he doesn't dress up much, dresses casually, and hasn't even washed his head, he really has a different temperament that ordinary people don't have. Indeed, if he changes his clothes, gets a haircut, and shaves, he would definitely be at the level of a male god. Judging from his temperament, he probably comes from an extraordinary family. He doesn't have the domineering aura of some nouveau riche, but rather has a kind of aristocratic young master's connotation and heritage. Why don't I have such a good boyfriend? The girls who came and went in the store, eating melons, all cast jealous glances at Su Lei at this moment. Chen Yuan listened to the discussions of these people. Quite speechless. Why didn't I know I had this kind of temperament? What is the connotation and background of the aristocratic young master? You guys are really good at licking. Take the card, I see you still need a watch. Isn't there a luxury watch store downstairs? I think Baida Feli is pretty good. No need, really no need. You bought me so many things, I don't know how to thank you. Why don't you pledge yourself to each other? I hate you, you scoundrel. Su Lei, favorability, +5. Su Lei, favorability, +5. Damn it, can this kind of public teasing actually increase favorability? Chen Yuan was almost shocked. It seems that being single is not without reason for honest people. For Su Lei, he is not afraid that a man has thoughts about her, but he is afraid that you have no thoughts about her. Accepting gifts worth hundreds of thousands of yuan casually, without giving anything, can make people feel uneasy. Qin Yuan made this request in a joking tone, which would actually make Su Lei feel much more at ease. Of course, she wouldn't let Qin Yuan get it so quickly. She has already mastered the technique of playing hard and easy to win. However, the problem is that Qin Yuan has never had any ideas in that regard, so he just casually talks about it. For him, it is simply impossible to coax a girl into bed within a few days, especially when she is still very beautiful. However, what Qin Yuan didn't know was that such a girl was far more proactive than he had imagined in front of real tycoons. "Brother Yuan, you keep buying things for me, why don't you buy anything yourself?" "I don't have any money." Qin Yuan shrugged his hands and told the truth. He really doesn't have any money. He couldn't spend a penny on licking dog gold himself. "Brother Yuan, you're really good at joking." Next, the two of them went to the men's clothing store again. Su Lei took the initiative to spend money to buy 2 sets of men's clothing and a pair of shoes for Qin Yuan. Then he went to the hair salon downstairs and asked teacher Tony to design a hairstyle. This trip cost about 2,000 to 3,000 yuan. Obviously, when Su Lei realized that Qin Yuan might be from a wealthy family, his mentality had already changed. She is a woman with high emotional intelligence. It is also very necessary to make a small investment when necessary to manipulate a wealthy tycoon in the hands of the stock market. Simply demanding without giving at all. This man's enthusiasm for you won't last long. Long lines are necessary to catch big fish. Spend some money, give a small gift, and say something nice to a man when necessary. Reading pavilion. It's enough to grab a man tightly. Men are just so shallow. Not to mention, Su Lei's approach really touched Qin Yuan's heart. He doesn't even know how long it has been since he received the gift from the girl. Although he just spent hundreds of thousands of yuan on Su Lei. But these hundreds of thousands belong to Lick Dog Gold, not his own money, and he doesn't feel any heartache when it comes to spending them. And the 3,000 yuan that Su Lei gave him was really his own money. At this moment, a figure flashed through Qin Yuan's mind again. It's Lin Shadong. I remember when I first met Lin Shadong during my freshman military training, her attitude towards him was not so bad. Even showing a certain fondness. After the two added their contact information, Lin Shadong responded to messages quickly and showed a very positive attitude. Once Qin Yuan caught a cold and had a fever, Lin Shadong took the initiative to buy him medicine. This sudden concern instantly made Qin Yuan fall for it. He thought that love had arrived. After the illness incident, Qin Yuan began to passionately pursue Lin Shadong. No matter how Qin Yuan pursued, Lin Shadong refused. Whenever Qin Yuan feels disheartened and wants to give up, Lin Shadong began to actively respond to him again, showing that you were only a little short of catching up with me. There is no progress bar for girls who can be chased, you never know how much the difference is. Thus, as Qin Yuan put in more and more effort, he could no longer recover it. 3 years of emotional investment, can we just let go? He was ultimately moved not by Lin Shadong, but by himself. In this way, Qin Yuan completely transformed into a licking dog.